It's a movement. Raw, real, unscripted. The Eric Bailey Show, brought to you by NLR, starts now.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Eric Bailey Show. We are live, and oh my goodness, we have a show for you. But before I talk about the people on the screen, I want to welcome everybody on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you are around the globe. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and leaving comments over the last 3 weeks. This is season 1, episode 3. And like I said from the very start, this show is not just about me talking. It's about interviewing thought leaders, business owners, CEOs, dreamers, visionaries, people who are doing fantastic things out in the world, particularly in building business. And I am so privileged and honored to be the CEO of the NLR Group, who actually sponsor this segment, this show. And I have with us tonight, my old dog, Warren Moyer, who is the founder and the owner of NLR. And I've got his eldest son, Lex Moyer, who's the director, and he's the chief visionary officer of NLR. Good evening, peeps. How you guys doing?
Oh, really, really cool. Yeah, you're just too kind there, Eric. You're too kind.
No, not too kind. No, you're too kind. And Lex, how are you doing?
Doing great. Fantastic.
Doing great? Okay,
Yes.
so look,
Amazing.
we're just going to jump right into it, and we're going to start with Warren. So, Warren, I've only been with the company for a year, but obviously I've known the family for 20 plus years. Tell us, where did the NLR come from? What does it represent? What does it mean? Why did it start? And sort of put us in the picture from a small business, family-only business. What the heck were you thinking?
Yeah. Well, Eric, I tell you what, we're really pleased that you've been with us for the last 12 months. What a life changer. New life restorations all over again. So really, you asked the question, what inspired the name? Where did it come from? But a good friend of mine, Don Shepherd, pastor at Cannon Hill Baptist Church at that time, we got talking about it, and he says, well, why not New Life Restoration for coming up with a name? He says, look, you know that we've got New Life Ministries in the Philippines where we help people. And I said, well, that's fantastic, because that's exactly what we want to do. So we want to help people through their current problems with their home, or, might be as simple as helping them get their carpets clean or rebuilding the whole inner shell of a house. So, and our objective is to make people feel happy and pleased about what we do, bring about some new things in their lives, and interact with them. So just a bit of a rough background for you there.
Okay, so obviously it was over 20 years ago that this whole concept came to fruition. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the time frame we're looking about, the early 2000s till now.
Okay, and who did you start the business with?
Well, with the family members, which was my wife Hermie and eldest son Alex, who was attending high school at the time. I think in year 11 or year 10 or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. So Lex, so you're 15, 16 years of age. Your dad says, right, we're going to start a business. What were your thoughts? What were your goals and dreams at that particular time?
It wasn't carpet cleaning. That's for sure.
and how did it morph into sort of you becoming an integral part of the business?
Didn't quite. I had a couple of sales jobs here and there after leaving school. I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I think probably once I finished my degree, I was sort of working in the family business for a while, and just really, working in the family business and just really locked into the vision. Warren originally had a bit of the story. He was doing some Bible college at the time and was looking for a way to fund his studies. Is that right?
Well, yeah, one of the reasons. And also I wanted to spend some more time with you kids, school activities and that sort of thing. And I thought, well, what could be better? We could start off doing a few simple things, a few carpet cleaning jobs, and having you, write up a web page, which you did really well from the what was that basic program
HTML
at school.
Yeah. Just made the website and really didn't think beyond that. I suppose optimized it for Google to get some business in, but I don't think we had many ambitions beyond that, because it was just Warren and myself and Mum and my brothers, who are also involved in the business back then to some extent, doing some carpet cleaning, but we didn't really have many ambitions beyond that for quite some time.
Okay.
Is that right?
So what does it mean for you now to sort of carry the legacy forward now? So obviously carpet cleaning 20 years ago, talk us through how that's evolved, and from carpet cleaning to now HEPA machines and all these other kind of words that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. What does that mean?
Warren, do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, it's like any business evolves, and you realize, hey, listen, this is a really promising market. You can get in the front of a lot of people, and there's so many different avenues within the field you can help. Sure, it started out with burst hoses in houses and flooded carpet that you had to dry out. I mean, that's what happened back there 20 years ago, and of course you have to have machinery to dry it out. So it starts at that point. You go and buy a few air movers and maybe a dehumidifier, and suck the water out of the carpet. You set them up and run it and dry it, and that's how it evolved from that point. So not only the carpet cleaning, it was carpet drying, or then it eventually morphed into wet building materials and like that. So the HEPA range can be something really quite small to something that would fill this room these days. So multi-level structural buildings, and you still go out and do the odd little job in the corner of a kitchen. So it's wide and varied. And we're so happy to do it. And of course, it's morphed into other things. You do fire damage and mold remediation, which is a really big thing these days. And now it's we're off into looking at things like silica dust cleaning, which is now what would you say? It's legislation, has to be done properly. So that's the next avenue we look down.
So that was a question that I had for Lex, and that is with the growth of the business, what other sort of offshoots or what other things in LR, what other things have you tied to the business?
Right,
now?
I see. So we started carpet cleaning probably 2008. We started doing water damage, and pretty soon after that we started doing mold, probably around that time, and that really I think we grew from that point. There wasn't really anybody doing mold remediation to a professional standard at the time. So we really took that on board and developed education in that area. And having Hermie Moyer, who's my mum, not here, but she's a sort of accomplished engineer in that area. And, so it allows our business to have a QBCC license with a licensed engineer on staff and things like that. So that got us into that sort of the large loss works, which is what NLR specialize in today. But we have a few other businesses. I don't know if you want me to elaborate on those.
I sure do. Yes, sir. Yes.
So, I can't stop. I just have to keep, just that typical entrepreneur, find something new all the time. But so we started a lab, Dr. Alex Wilkie, who runs the mold lab that we have called IECL. We started that mold lab in 2018. He was actually working on staff in restoration. He said, look, I can read these samples, and I didn't really believe him. I don't know what I thought. Maybe I thought, no, you can't. But it's like, he convinced me that he could. So, and he could. So, and that was a business. So the lab now based in Murray, have got about 6 scientists in there who's reading mold, doing mold analysis samples, reading mold under the microscope, counting the the hyphae and so forth in there, and creating reports for inspectors all over Australia and restorers as well. So that's been going well. And obviously we have an inspection part of that business as well. So we're regularly doing mold inspections throughout homes and businesses. So that's that business. That's called ICL. Now, around the same time, we were also renting out a lot of gear into this space to people doing the restoration themselves, because, you know, we just couldn't get to everybody. It was just a growing business at the time. So we decided to set up an offshoot where we're renting out the equipment. So that's what we did, called Agile Equipment. Over time, we started supplying all the equipment, the chemicals as well for sale. So that's grown into a business which Glenn, who isn't here today, my brother runs. Also Murray, and so we supply everything from, you know, the consumables, chemicals, all the way through to your equipment needed to do restoration work and carpet cleaning as well. So that's going strong. And then going from there, we recognized, and we always wanted to set up, this is always a dream of mine and Warren as well, to set up an IICRC school. So this Institute of Inspection, Cleaning, Restoration Certification. So that's the certification you need to do what we do in this industry. So it's an international body, so recognized all over the world. So we are an approved school. It's called Corestone Training. We run that with the highly accomplished Jason Twigg, and we're running several classes, you know, probably about 4 classes a month, throughout Australia. So in mold remediation, so that's your AMRT, which is your mold course, and WRT, your water damage course. So so it's a bit of a diversified business there, but that's what we do.
So let me get this straight. So 20 years ago, cleaning carpet, and now you've got training, you've got equipment, you've got a lab, and of course you've got the NLR restoration. I mean, it's just expanding. So Warren, if you had a look at everything that Lex just said, would there be 1 or 2 things that you're most proud about that you guys have created, designed, accomplished since way back 20 years ago?
Yeah, well, with the boys, they're always interested, and we're all down the road of encouraging them to get to uni and get a degree. You have to have some degree to really fathom the depth of business can go and how to develop it. You know, there's study and units and thing till you get to the other end. You really learn a lot from that, which these boys did. So, yeah. And then of course Herm's being a backbone of the already accomplished before she started. So, of course, it's made a big difference to the business having those core values, and we really value people that come in that are well educated and well experienced, and are really hardworking givers, and are looking to service the community well, look after people.
Okay, Lex. One of the things that you and I have spoke about a lot about is distinguishing companies on, you know, the quality, the culture, their procedures. One thing that you didn't mention, and I'm not very happy you missed this part out because it means a lot, and that is we've got NADA certification. You want to just touch a little bit about how big, how important that is a game changer for our ICL lab?
Yeah, so NADA accreditation, it can take a while to get, but it basically says that the samples that we're analysing in our lab are done to a standard, and that we're doing the right thing by the client. And you know, NATA will assess us to make sure that we are holding the standard. It is really quite important if you're doing sort of, you know, government works, or you know, or if there's some of these things end up in court in litigation. So, you know, the first thing they're going to ask is how credible is the lab? Have they counted these things correctly, or have they identified the whatever it is on that slide correctly? So it's an organisation that holds us accountable. Yeah. So it is hugely important. Yeah, in this industry. Yeah.
Right. How important is faith, vision, and purpose for you, Lex, as being the chief visionary officer for the NLR group? Obviously, you're tasked now with taking the dreams, taking the goals, taking the vision into the next 5 to 10 years. Like, talk us through how those things really drive you from day to day.
Yeah. Sorry, it's just my child screaming in the background
there. That's okay.
Yeah, well, look, I can't comment on how other people do it. I'm just sort of a bit of a practical person in that sense, but, I couldn't do what I do without faith, because, how do you make your decisions? How do you know that what you're doing is the right thing or the wrong thing? How do I have the confidence to make big calls, especially when whatever decision you make is going to affect a lot of people, so I don't think I could have I don't know, I just don't think I could have done what I've done without it. So and also having that sort of purpose behind you, that I believe I'm on earth here for a purpose, right? So it drives me every day to family's important, but also faith is as well in that sense.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. Warren, I'm not. I think you were. I think you were away, but Pastor Mark talked about discover, develop, and deploy on Sunday, and I thought that really sort of highlighted what you guys have done as a business. So, discover was your why. Why you wanted to do this business. Development was what is the plan, and also deploy is when are you going to make it happen. And I think over the last 20 years, you guys have definitely discovered, developed, and deployed. So we're just about at the end, but I just want to ask you both, Warren, if there was one piece of advice that you could give to the next generation of business owners, whether they be family business owners or just buying a business, technicians or other people in our field, what advice would you give them?
So, if you come to a point you think, well, I want to start a business and make some money and make a difference. So one thing that you really have to hang on to is the why. Why am I doing this? What do I want to achieve? And so the big thing is the why. So, if you really want to get on with it, so trade, go back to the second part of the question.
Second part of the question was now you're messing with me now. Where's that question? So what advice would you give? What advice would you give business owners or technicians or about how to stay focused or build your culture or build a great team? There's no secret, but what would be some of the ingredients for a successful business?
It's like get the wiring in your head right, get the programming put in there, and have a target and a vision. And as I said, don't forget why you're doing it and what you want to achieve with it. And and once you're committed, you really have to work hard. It's like when we got this business going, there's several times that I got out of bed in the middle of the night to go and do work. It was in those days, it was a Yellow Pages ad, a quarter of a page ad, cost $15,000, right? 12 months. And across the ad, we put on the job in 59 minutes or less. Yeah. And people says, well, you can't put that. You can't get to every job. Well, you can accept the job or you can deny it. You might not be able to do it. But if you say, yes, I'll come, well, you made every effort and you got there.
Yeah.
And that in the middle of the night, and, 3 sons at home. Come on, guys, let's get out of bed. We've got some work to do. So
right, yeah,
and that's what you do. You do whatever you got to do to get the show rolling, and then you got to maintain it, keep it rolling, and then you've just got to work hard and be dogged, determined to make it succeed. So
that's right.
Right. Okay.
And if you keep that up, Alex, it works, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, work hard. Yeah. And do a good job. Be proud of what you do, and just look back and say, "Look, I can leave this job now, knowing the job's done well." And that got us our repeat work, didn't it?
Yeah, and I'd say you anchor yourself, like we're talking about. Attending a church service on Sunday. There's great visionaries. They're not just talking about the Bible. They're talking about life principles and how they fit around biblical principles. And don't ever forget the society we live in. And we got to just keep refreshing ourselves each week. So big key in what we do. Big key in what we do.
Great. Lex, here's a question. I'm going to put you on the spot. So if
okay,
because I know you don't like it, so I'm going to make you uncomfortable.
Right.
So
yeah.
if New Life Restoration, or NLR, actually had a physical voice, and that voice could speak to the community, it could speak to businesses, it could speak to building managers, it could speak to insurance companies, it could speak to everyone out there.
Yeah.
And the voice was going to tell or explain to all of these people why working with NLR, working with New Life Restoration, working with IECL, working with Agile, working with Corestone, working with these entities would be in the best interest of them and their clients in everything they do. What would that voice say?
Oh goodness. Okay, that's a difficult one.
Yeah, very difficult. But I know you got this in you, my brother. You got this.
Yeah.
Pull a one-liner out of your head, Alex.
Yeah. Look, I don't know about a specific thing, but our business we've been in the business 20 years now, so we're all long term. So if we can make a relationship that lasts 10, 20 years, that's our goal, because we want this thing to just keep going, and the values that we put in is why it keeps growing. And, so if you want a business that's actually going to really care about the work that's taking place and the people that's involved, and get the job done well with good technical skills and good backing too. We've got research through the lab. We've got all the products and everything. It's all been
training facility.
And we're just, and also we are in an inner city location where we are, so we can access anywhere quick if you want the job done quickly as well. If you're looking for a good quality business, then please, we want to build a long-term relationship. So yeah, that's what I would say.
And don't forget, our technicians are qualified, certified.
100%, yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, I've taken up enough of your time away from your family. Just going back and talking about some of the keys of building relationships, great culture, training, having a goal, having a vision, New Life Restoration. That's what we're all about. And no matter what business you are, no matter where you are in business and in life, you have to discover your why, develop your what, and deploy your win. So, gentlemen, thank you so much. If you want more information, about New Life Restoration, nlr.com.au. Hit us up on the website. Warren and Lex both are on LinkedIn. You can watch this on LinkedIn and then send a message. We're so proud to be able to serve the community, serve our clients, but most importantly, we'll welcome you wherever you are in the world. So thank you all so much. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Have a fantastic night. And if you do need some help in water, fire, mold, restoration, we're number one. Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll also see you around at the football and the basketball.
See you at the football and the basketball. Thank you very much. Good night. Peace. We're out of here.
You've just been in the room with Eric Bailey, global motivator, change maker, and CEO of the NLR Group. Remember, it's not about where you're started. It's about where you're willing to go. Unscripted, unfiltered, unstoppable.